the best visualization technique to manifest your dream life, it's kind of like going from acting as if to being as if. So let me explain. When you visualize, when you do your meditation and you get into your calm space and you're visualizing your dream life, most of us will visualize it like a movie, right? You're watching a movie, you're watching this instance, this screenshot almost of what's happening, of you getting the things that you want. Maybe it's a car, maybe it's a person, maybe it's like some career or a certain amount of money. And you're visualizing, you're seeing yourself have it, and maybe you're taking it a step further and you're like listening to the sounds and the smells and the people who are around, and not only your feelings but the feelings of the people who are there also, sort of how happy and joyous they would be for you that you have all of these things. So visualizing this way, kind of how I used to mostly visualize, but I think a technique that I recently learned about to take it a step further and to go from acting as if to being as if is to then not just view the screenshot or not just watch the movie, but to actually put yourself in that place, put yourself in the scene, and really allow yourself to feel all the feelings and emotions that you would have if you were to get everything that you want. And if you kind of struggle with this, like allowing yourself to feel the feelings or allowing yourself to like visualize or fully getting into your visualization, one thing that can really help is to just tell yourself that for sure this will definitely 100% happen. Even if you don't necessarily believe it the first time you say it, or even if it feels a little bit like you're not sure if it's gonna happen, just verbally tell yourself that for sure this is going to happen, definitely 100% it will happen. And then because you're so sure and so certain that it will happen, you can allow yourself to feel all of the feelings and the joys that it will bring. Because sometimes that's a fear that people have, is that if they allow themselves to dream and then it doesn't happen, then they'll feel disappointed. But if you just kind of tell yourself, no, for sure this is gonna happen, for sure I'm gonna get this, then you're gonna allow yourself to kind of get deeper into the emotions. And the more emotions you can conjure, I guess, the stronger your visualization will be, and the more sort of momentum you'll have to get to where you want to be. And then the second part is going from acting as if to being as if. So not too long ago, I felt like I was kind of in a dark space and I was doing all of these things to sort of fake it till I made it, I guess. So I would listen to meditations, I would try to find little moments of joy in my daily life, I would try to focus on all the things that I was grateful for, I would like journal, I would do all of these things because I knew that if I could kind of pretend or act as if I had everything that I wanted, that I was in a better space, in a better place, then eventually my life and my mind and my reality would shift to match that. But it's awkward at first, it can be uncomfortable. So one thing to make it not feel so weird and like disingenuous is to really think about the things that make you happy, right? So for me it was my dog. Like no matter how lacking I felt my current reality was, she was the one thing that would bring true joy and gratitude. So I would focus on her. I'd focus on like little things like my morning coffee. And doing that, having that practice really helped me get out of that negative space, because at one point you go from acting as if to being as if. Essentially, when you do something enough, when you play a role long enough, it kind of becomes a part of you. So this is why it's so important how you talk to yourself. And that's another really powerful technique that I've actually only been doing for the past like couple of weeks, and I've noticed a huge change and a huge difference. So how you talk to yourself is really important, because even if it feels awkward and weird at first, all of the things that you tell yourself, you will eventually start to believe it, and it's going to help you go from acting as if to being as if. So for example, I've been trying to work on my body image, right? So when I look in the mirror, instead of having something negative to say or something to kind of criticize, I will just say something really positive. I'll just say, you're so healthy, you're so fit. And oh my god, it was so awkward at first because it's hard when you have been talking to yourself negatively for a long time, or when you have a negative self-image. And I know everybody struggles with this, so do it even though it's uncomfortable, because that's the only way you're gonna grow and change. The more you repeat that, the more you say to yourself the positive things that you want to be and embody, the more you believe it. And the more you go from acting and pretending to actually being that way, to actually feeling like you are exactly what you want to be. So you can use this for anything. I'm using fitness as an example, but you can use this for any areas of your life. Use the positive self-talk. Tell yourself that you are all of the things that you want to be, and just keep doing it. Every time you look in the mirror, tell yourself mentally or verbally if you want, I can't stress enough how effective the repetition is going to be. Another technique that I love is relaxing your body, your physical body. When you're in a dark space and you're trying to get out of it, it can be hard. And it's hard because you're just not feeling great. Maybe you feel stressed out. Maybe you feel a little bit sad. Maybe you feel anxious. For me, it was, oh, Kobe is joining us. For me, it was anxiety and stress. So these feelings of anxiousness and these feelings of stress were actually manifesting in physical symptoms. So nothing crazy or major, but my body would always be really tense, and like my forehead and head area would always be really tense. I didn't realize it, but my body would just like tense up. And this makes it worse. When you physically smile, when you're feeling sad and you physically smile, it actually makes you feel a little bit better, because you're kind of tricking your brain into thinking that you're happy even though you're not, right? And it actually releases chemicals that make you a little bit happier. So kind of the same thing, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling anxious, and your body starts to lock up, or you start to kind of like slump over and you have, I guess, like bad posture, it's gonna manifest and it's gonna make it worse. What's happening is your physical body and your physical posture, if you're like really tense and stressed out, can actually cause more stress and more tension. So if you're like me and you're kind of like scrunching your forehead, or like you're just, your face and then your eyes are just super tense, then that can cause headaches, and it can cause even more stress and more anxiety. So relaxing your physical body is a good little technique and a good little reminder for some of you. Not everyone is like this, but I am personally like this. So if you're someone who is like this, try to have little reminders for yourself throughout the day. Maybe you check in like every hour and just ask yourself, am I tense right now? Is my body physically tense right now? Because it's gonna result in things like shoulder pain and whatever kinds of pains that you have, maybe back pain, and that's gonna put a damper on your mood as well. So having check-ins and kind of physically relaxing your body will allow you to mentally relax as well, and allow you to release the stress and the anxiety and take you to a higher vibration. It's also a really good technique to kind of do right before you do any kind of meditation or any kind of visualization. Okay, that's it for today's little video. I hope that you found value in this. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with someone who might also find it to be impactful, and I will see you next time. Bye!